40 horsepower Mercedes Simplex. Naturally, Maybach and DMG were more than happy about the success of the 35 horsepower car and its lasting appreciation by buyers, automotive experts and the public at large. As early as March 1901, the product range was extended by the addition of the smaller 12/16 horsepower Mercedes and in August by a third model, the 8/11 horsepower Mercedes. Maybach began further developing the first Mercedes series in the fall of 1901 already. The cooling was also improved in that the flywheel, a fairly large unit with a diameter of 60 cm, was fitted with guide vanes for increasing the airflow through the radiator and engine compartment. The radiator fan was omitted, the engine compartment fitted with covers and baffle plates, the underside of the car closed by means of sheet metal panels, an idea that had an inspiring effect on subsequent engine designs throughout the world. The coolant capacity required dropped by another 2 to 7 liters. Benz Parsifal. Shortly after the turn of the century, Benz and AMP-C in Mannheim were in sales difficulties, caused partly through the sales success of the Mercedes. Julius Ganz, commercial director of Benz Company, strongly recommended a modernization of the range of products. To this end, the French designer Marius Barber, at that time designer-in-chief of the company Clement Barber, and his closest colleagues were taken on. Apart from this French design bureau that already had brought along some almost completed designs, a German design bureau, headed by Gerhard Diehl and Fritz Earl, also worked on the development of new models. Mercedes Double Phaeton. The 75 picoseconds Mercedes was the first series production model to be built by Daimler Motorengesellschaft with a 6-cylinder engine. This top-of-the-range model, built between 1907 and 1911, was available with a variety of different bodies. The vehicle shown here is an open-tourer Phaeton, with 2 rows of seats, a version also known as Double Phaeton. The Austrian businessman Emil Jelinek, who lived in Nice at the turn of the 20th century, and at the time was already known as Monsieur Mercedes, was virtually addicted to technical progress, above all to the newly invented car, its speed and its performance. He was filled with excitement not only by the sport instrument, but also by the sales prospects. So, in March 1900, under the pseudonym Mercedes, the name of his daughter, who was 10 at the time, he entered 2 Daimler Phoenix racing cars with 28 horsepower engines in the Nice race week. To support him, Daimler Motorengesellschaft, DMG, sent Wilhelm Bauer, an experienced master mechanic who knew the vehicles inside out. Not-so-sportsman and salesman Emil Jelinek, however. As early as April 2, 1900, he demanded a more competitive car from DMG, with higher performance but at the same time a lighter engine, a longer wheelbase and also a lower center of gravity. Also, the engine to be newly developed was to bear the name Daimler Mercedes. For the first time, the name Mercedes appeared as a brand name and no longer merely as a team or driver name.